Long time coming straight in from California. One of the most gentle, kind
Mm,
souls and warming presences I've ever been around. My very good friend, Wendy. How are we doing? Welcome to Texas.
thank you. That's so sweet.
It's the truth.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. I accept that. I haven't always been that, so it's nice that my insides are matching my outsides. That's pretty cool.
I can, I guess it's the best compliment I could probably give you, but I don't think I could even ever picture you as anything else other than the Wendy I've known. So
That's beautiful because that's what transformation's about.
it is.
When you can't imagine or picture someone being any different, like I live this shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if, yeah, to see who I was, where I came from, how I acted, behaved, looked, all of it,
Yeah.
I am absolutely a different person.
Right. So what did it look like for you back then?
Oh, goodness. I mean, there's so many different parts of me. We were kind of talking about that. Like, there's been, the broken child. There's been the overweight adult.
Mm-hmm.
There's been the traumatized sexual assault victim. There's been so many different parts of me. But I mean, physically, 350 pounds. It's been about 25 years of this transformation of my body. So 350 pounds. I'm 5 feet tall,
Wow.
and I was 350 pounds. I've lost over 220 pounds. I'm right in there somewhere. So phically, it's been wow. I look at my pictures and I'm like, who is that
I bet.
person? Yeah.
Are you able to accurately remember the difference of what it felt for something as simple as like standing up out of that chair then and now?
100%.
Really?
I can remember the first time it hit me that I had lost as much as like I was carrying around my two children.
Mm-hmm.
But little things like went to Disneyland and went through a turnstile. No one thinks about going through a turnstile unless you can't fit through a turnstile, to get on a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go on rides, can't, do the everyday stuff, chase my kids,
Mm-hmm.
pick up my kids. I mean, here now I'm doing deadlifts and I'm doing high pulls and I couldn't pick up my 18-month-old like that. It hurt.
Yeah.
I remember. And yet here's the weird part. I am still the same person.
Really?
So it's kind of it's a weird plot twist too.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird to be so different and the same person. I don't forget who I used to be in that part of me because it absolutely helps me in my job today
Mm-hmm.
to help people walk through uncomfortable, hard, not wanting to show up, embarrassed, scared. I don't ever want to forget what it was like,
Right.
ever.
What were the main attributors, would you say, to you getting as big as you did back then? Was it injury? Was it just food addiction, alcoholism? What?
So many different parts. I really think it started at a young age with the traumas that I went through.
Okay.
So childhood traumas. When I experienced a violent assault at 11, I really started to wanting to shield myself, protect myself. I ate my feelings, but it was almost like putting a protection of layer on me too. So it started there with like the eating part for comfort. I didn't like the comments I was getting from people around me, boys, men. I developed very young.
Okay.
And so it was really hard to be this little girl mind and having adult men make comments.
Gotcha.
So I started to put protection on me. There was that. But I mean, my eating disorders started way ahead, right? Just some learned behavior, just self-esteem, just a whole bunch. There's so many different layers to it. So many different layers. But I can tell you when I gained my first like big amount of weight, I had a baby at 15.
Oh, okay.
So I got pregnant very young.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the stuff that I experienced as a young child, I think, promiscuity came in right away, validation, seeking attention, all that stuff, it came right in the beginning. So it started with boys and attention.
It's so, just getting older, becoming an older adult, diving more into my journey, my experiences, you come to realize just how sacred and how delicate and fragile childhood is,
Yeah,
and how that forms everything for us later.
it does.
Our sexual behavior, our relationship behavior, emotional behavior, like everything. It sets it up. Um, and I can look back and understand young parents. Oftentimes, they don't have it all figured out either. They're still trying to figure out their stuff, but it's just just to hear what you go, you know what I mean, what you went through, and at the age of 11 or younger or
Hmm.
anywhere around that, no 11-year-old has any choice like that. And
Absolutely.
so then how are you supposed to know coming out as you're coming into adulthood and going doing all these unhealthy things? You don't know that these things are necessarily not the way you're supposed to do them. So, oh, it hits me in the
Mm.
heart. But the one thing I think you and I both do know is that all the pain has built us into who we are today, and I think we're both pretty proud of that person today.
Yes. Every single thing that I have gone through, and I could just bullet point them off: pain, 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 trauma, trauma, trauma. Every single one has come full circle to help me in everything that I do today to help others. I would not change anything that I've walked through. I see its purpose today. There's things that I've experienced that I really wish they didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
No one should have to go through things that I've went through. But I can also see them being turned into bigger purpose. You know, some of those traumas help me to like be able to just sit and listen, right? To listen to people, to really listen. We all want to like try to help or give great words or give advice. It's taught me to listen
Mm-hmm.
and just accept your pain and hear you and feel you and be like, yeah, walked it too. So I wouldn't change that. I
Right.
wouldn't give that experience up. Um, you were talking about all the things we develop as that child and going through, the brain doesn't develop right until 25, that frontal lobe, right? And by 25, I had 3 kids, married, divorced, had a gastric bypass, had lost all the weight, and was going into my alcoholism. That's where I was at 25.
At 25?
as
Holy
as
cow,
you
I didn't know that.
as
I
you
didn't
were
know that.
saying that, I was like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So at
yeah.
25, that's when you were that heavy.
So, yeah, right at 25 is right at the end of me. So I lost about 100 and something pounds by then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my drinking didn't start until later in
Mm.
life like that. So I was just thinking as you were talking about all that, all this stuff that I experienced before that moment, right? There was a lot before that frontal lobe developed, and it was a lot of life experience for sure.
That's great. So you brought it up a couple of times now, and you talked about helping people. So what does
Yeah.
that look like? What does that look like in your life now? Like how are you able to translate all this experience and use it
Yeah.
for other people?
Today in my just everyday job, I'm, teaching yoga and meditation and fitness classes. I'm a group fitness instructor, and I go into also drug and alcohol recovery centers and do yoga and meditation. And it really just allows me to speak healing and transformation from where I was to where I am. Right. And so today, it's every single day I live my recovery program, my transformation, my healing. You know, my recovery program is 12 steps, right? It's 12-step base. I believe in the 12 steps. I actually go to meetings. I sponsor others, all the good stuff. Like I'm in there. I'm in there. I still participate in program. Um, but I'm able to take all of that and put it in everyday lingo
Mm.
and living. And so when I teach meditation, it's at a center. It's at a recreation center. They have no idea that I am talking 12 steps. They have no idea that I am talking about this daily living. Everyone asks me, what is it? Like, what is that light? What do you have? What are you talking? And I'm like, that is really just a spiritual experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Those 12 steps gave me that spiritual experience, right? I was able to connect to God, who I was very angry with, very angry. If it, that was probably something that kept me back and forth with my addiction,
Mm-hmm.
is just being angry with God. And so to be able to just say, yeah, like this is what it is. It's just spiritual.
Yeah.
That's, so yeah, every day I'm preaching it every day.
It's a beautiful thing though that we've been able to get to a position in life where we're able to do that though,
Yeah.
because it's way more fulfilling than any other 9 to 5 where I was just clocking in helping make other people money and stuff.
And the thing that it's really big for me too is, that comment of living in AA and visiting the world,
Mm-hmm.
that one just drives me insane. it makes me want to punch people in the
People
face.
say that?
Yes, people say that.
They say live in AA and visit the world?
Yes.
That doesn't sound hopeful.
Thank you. And so
I've never heard that.
absolutely, it is a saying that's in the rooms. And for me, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Like, I visit there and I live out in the world, right? Like, I got clean and sober and I did the steps and I had the spiritual experience, and I go back to give my experience strength and hope. I go back to help the newcomer. I go back, but I live in the fucking world. Like, I got all of that so I could do this.
Did they ever say that in the big book?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
And that's the thing.
I didn't think that was ever in there.
Absolutely not. Okay, so I love the big book.
Yeah.
I read it. I walk other people through it, but through the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is a lot gets twisted and used for other purpose. I'm going to tell you the way that I want to tell you so I can use it for my benefit.
Much like the Bible.
Yeah, thank you. I was just talking about that. Yeah, with Michael recently. It was like you pick out that one phrase and you don't know the context behind it, and you use those words.
Yep.
And exactly, the big book's the same way.
Yeah.
And so, no, it does not say that in there. It actually talks about sobriety is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually in the book there.
Yep.
That's what it actually says.
Yeah, and I believe, I forget, I'm gonna butcher it, but one of the opening sentences of the book is talking about how you recover from alcohol, a hopeless state of mind. But recover, yeah.
Yeah, and ED.
Right.
It is it is. It's the first promise in the book. We have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state, mind, body, and spirit. Absolutely.
Yep.
But you're right. There is the whole controversy of recovering and recovered.
It's so dumb.
Isn't it?
It's so fucking dumb.
It is. And then use your energy for something else.
Right.
Right. I mean, do what works for you, I guess. If that keeps you from picking up a drink or a drug, my sponsor believes something different than I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But she is an amazing sponsor.
Yeah.
She works for me.
Right.
But that phrase right there, we don't agree.
Right. But that's good that you guys can still have that.
Hell yeah.
That sponsor-sponsee, mentor-mentee relationship and come to a disagreement about something like that. But much like Mike said during his episode, is you take what did he say? Take the chicken, leave the bone.
You eat the chicken, spit out the bones.
Eat the chicken, spit out the bone. I couldn't agree more.
I quote him all the time on that.
Don't let him hear you say
that. He says good shit.
He does. He's got some shit. So what was it like for you? You guys are both out in California. Michael takes this crazy trip out to meet this weirdo in Texas that's all tatted up, talking about some recovery shit, and he's coming out here. What was going through your mind, or where were you at the time?
That's hilarious.
Because just the person that I originally met to now is a completely different human being. Just the growth I've seen in that short amount of time.
And that's true. That's very factual. When he was telling me about it, I didn't know what you looked like. I didn't know who you were. I knew nothing. I just knew he was going out to Texas because some guy invited him, some big white guy. And he was going and he didn't know you. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? You're going to do this?
I would say I'm his only white friend, but you're sitting here.
And it was, he said, yeah, it just, something feels right. And I said, okay. I always tell him, I support you. I love you. Whatever you do. Okay. That's what it comes down to. We like today, we're coming up on 2 years. So you figure we were still pretty new, right? Back then.
Yeah, you guys weren't living together or anything yet.
We weren't living together. Yeah, no, a lot of stuff has changed. But he just knew it was right.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, okay, so this is how it was going down because as he was there, he was calling and we were talking and there was little messages and little things going back and forth. And he just kept saying, like, this is so cool. Like, this is something different, right? Like,
give me goosebumps.
Yeah, I mean, and these are words, the like-minded people, right? Something bigger, this bigger purpose, like we keep talking about. And he was talking about how you as a group, we're all talking about, like, there's got to be something more. There's and he was on fire. And because he came, and then I was on fire, and I didn't know what I was on fire for. Because I remember when we started doing our meetings and stuff, I had no idea, but I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it made sense to me. There's something bigger. There's a bigger purpose, a bigger plan. There's got to be more. And I want it.
Yeah.
Right? And so how are we going to do it?
Yep.
It was, it lit the fire for sure.
It's been to what you were kind of, I don't want to say you were in a shell, but I would say, would you say you were in a shell back then?
I have gone through so much transformation in the last 2 years. Everyone has commented on it. One of the things that I say in my classes is be a blessing and be blessed,
Mm-hmm.
right? And shine big and shine bright. You know, the whole you might be the only big book. For me, it's you might be the only light that someone sees. And for that, I've had to shed a lot to be able to shine.
Yeah.
So I've been shedding and shedding. And that's just the shining that's coming through. I don't know. I'm not fighting the process anymore.
There you go. So what do you do? Because, you're somebody, I'd say you're a cup filler,
Hmm.
right? You're able to fill people's
Yeah.
cups just with
Yeah. Yeah.
your words, your energy, everything that you do, right? So how do you make sure, because I know it's difficult for me, how do you make sure that you're always filling your cup so you can continue to go out there and do that for other people?
Yeah. It's so hard to balance. It really is when you're constantly pouring into others.
And you love
Um,
doing it too.
I
You love
100%,
doing it.
it, it fills me up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I will look people in the eye and say, go ahead and give me your pain, give me your sorrows. I will take them and I will take them from you. And I would I really do. I get so much from it. But also at the same time, I have to keep myself in balance because I will be no good for anyone,
Mm-hmm.
right? Unless I'm balanced. And so I actually practice the 6 pillars. So this is what I actually teach, but I practice it. So every single day, the first 30 minutes of my day, I'm getting in my 6 pillars. So I start my day off with breathing, gratitude, intentions, meditation, mindful movement, and mindful eating. And it's usually done within the first 30 minutes.
Okay.
And that is just to make sure that I'm starting my day off right. And then I'm constantly coming back to it throughout the day. Like, so I'm always checking in with my gratitudes, my intentions, and then keeping myself mindful, but pausing, breathing, resetting, realigning all day, all the time. Now, with that, I have to do other stuff too, right? I love hiking, right? My workouts, I'm putting it on my calendar. It's all color coordinated. I'm very calendar girl,
Damn.
like on my phone.
You can organize mine for me. I
Oh
love it.
my gosh. Everything has an appointment, everything is scheduled, it's all color coded. So my recharging moments have green.
Okay.
And I know that I have to get that in at least 3 times a week. And it is on my calendar, right? So Muay Thai is one of them. Working out is another one. Hiking and certain friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's good
pretty
stuff.
simple for me.
And are those things non-negotiable for you?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I mean they're scheduled. If it's
They
on the
got
calendar, it's happening.
they got to
Trust
be,
me.
right?
Trust me. Ask Michael. If it doesn't happen on the calendar, I'm losing my shit.
Oh, really?
Jesus, yes. Yeah, it happens.
That's awesome. So, what did
Oh, and therapy. Therapy is the
therapy's
other
big?
one. My non-negotiable therapy.
See, and those are all building. Those are all tools.
Yeah.
Each one of those are tools, just like the program's a tool.
Absolutely.
And I keep saying it just because I want people to hear it. But like a year and a half ago, I went through a tough bout of mental health. But I did and immediately knew I needed to get around community. I needed to get physically active. I needed to get back in therapy. Like there was things, you know what I mean.
That's right.
I all of a sudden had this tool belt of tools I got to use for the first time. I was like, oh wait a minute. Before I didn't ever realize I had these tools.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to be in that moment.
And I do think it's important, like for me, I learned this stuff in AA. I learned it in program. I
Mhm.
had to learn how to get rid of all the shit, put good stuff back in. There's so much beautiful parts to it of routine and schedule and being, going to this meeting and that meeting and doing all those things, right? Like it really started me on the path.
Mm-hmm.
And now what?
Right.
And now what? So for me, I can tell you, God and recovery are the same. They're not separate for me. I have God in one hand, I have my recovery in the other. I have my sobriety, my clean, whatever you call it. I try not to label it
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to put it in a box and I don't want to give anyone the impression it's only done one way. Right? So it's like God in recovery. And if I let go of one, I'll let go of the other. So they're tethered together. So I have to hang on to both of them. Right? Those are my non-negotiables, no matter what. All the other stuff are my tools. So my number one is God in recovery. Everything else is the resource and the tools. Right? So, but because if I let go of God, I let go of my recovery. If I let go of my recovery, I let go of God.
Yep.
Anything I put before that, I will lose. I know because I've done it. I've had 6 years of sobriety and I've relapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've had a year of sobriety. My husband committed suicide. I relapsed. So in that 6 years, that sobriety, my life was beautiful. Houses, all these great things, good job, houses, cars, life was great. And I relapsed. that year sobriety, life was at its most horrible, deepest, darkest moment, and I relapsed. Each time I let go of God.
Mm-hmm.
Each time.
Yep, there's definitely a theme there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it like? You're in California. Michael comes back. He's all on fire. Tells you about this little community thing we got going, and then our first interaction was when we all came out there, right?
That was the first. Did we do it? No, we did meetings online. We did some stuff online.
That's right.
We did some little like checking in.
We were doing the challenge.
Were we doing the
Yeah, it was the
challenge?
challenge. We started doing challenge
Okay,
calls. I think. I
maybe.
know once Michael came to Austin and a lot of us met, and Teresa and everybody, kind of the original crew and all that. We were just looking around like, how do we keep this going?
Mm-hmm.
And then I know Mike. Then I think you'd started getting on the meetings and getting to know us a
Mm-hmm.
little
Yep.
bit, and we were doing the challenge.
Yep.
And that was right around the time you started posting stuff for the first
Oh,
time.
that was fun.
So but look how far you've come.
I'm getting. I'm growing. I'm
Um,
growing.
but so we've since then we've shared some special moments, special times, special experiences with the group, individually, and all that stuff. But the one day that always sticks out to me is the mountain day.
Absolutely.
And so, do you want to just kind of take people through that day and kind of? I feel like you're gonna do way better to articulate that moment than I am.
Well, and I think it's interesting because I'm sure your moment was different than my moment.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was beautiful. Absolutely, we did it together. But I love how experience comes from within,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I am curious what your experience was because I'm sure it's not the same. But probably a month before that hike, so you guys came down to Glendora. We did all meet for the first time. We were staying in that nice, Airbnb, and I took you on this very nice, relaxing hike.
Mm-hmm.
That was my
Yep.
perspective of that hike, right? But yeah, we were going for that hike and meditation. But Michael had ran up this mountain before where we had stopped previously. And I watched him go up and I watched him go down. And I kind of thought, like, that's crazy. I could never do that. I'd never do that. But I wanted to do that. And so fast forward, we all came back to this moment of this hike and this meditation that we all had planned. And we all stopped at that mountain. And I talked about it. Oh, yeah, he went up that mountain before. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go again. And I remember thinking I wanted to. I can't. I'm tired, all this stuff. And he took off. And then I remember watching you going, well, crap. Like, fuck, I'm not going to have him go
Right.
without me, show me up, whatever. And then he goes, and I'm like, fuck, I want to go.
Right.
Right. And knowing that in my mind, I could see you guys. I knew I was safe. I knew I could do it. And I knew that I was just going to get up to the top. Like, no matter, like, I could do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have done it without you guys. So that was my first thing, was like that power of the people around you and being pulled and encouraged, even though you didn't say a word, except I'm not going to be left behind. Then I was like, fuck, me too. Off we go. But by the time we got to the top, we decided to have that little moment of just looking out over to the city. We're standing up on top of this mountain, and it was just absolutely spiritual. It
Mm-hmm.
was, man, we're on top of the world. Literally moment. But we did a meditation up there. And for me, that was the moment that was really life-changing for me, actually. Because I really got a big sense of my purpose up on that mountain. With my transformation and what I wanted to give to others, right? Because I was already doing meditation. I was already working with others. I'm doing all this stuff, but I had this clear moment of what my voice was supposed to be used for. So growing up, I did a lot of singing and performing. And even as I got into adulthood, I did solos and for funerals and weddings. And I had done these things. And somewhere in my addiction, I lost my confidence to sing and to be in front of people. And I got stage fright really bad. And I could no longer get up and sing. And it gave me so much joy. There's something in it that just filled my spirit, and I no longer could do it. And when we were sitting up there on that mountain and we were walking through that meditation, and I was doing a meditation for you guys, and I don't know where it was coming from or what it was about, but it was this moment of purpose. And there was this moment of what I got was, my voice is my spirit. It's how I can help heal and transform. And it doesn't have to look like singing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just, everything comes full circle for me in my life. And that part of my life came full circle. It's done. And I've been shot out into this, right? So my voice is still helping others. My voice still gives me joy. It just gives me joy in a different way. My joy is through service, my joy is through transformation and healing. So I don't know. For me, it was like, girl, you still got it, right? Like, stop trying to compare it to what it used to be. I constantly talk about comparison is the thief of joy,
Yep.
of others or ourself, right? Where I used to be, where I want to be, like, fucking enjoy the moment, man.
Mhm.
Like, right now, you are using your voice. It is. And so I don't know. I just heard so much stuff. uh, And yeah, it's a beautiful moment.
It's it's always special when we all come together because it's just a good concentration of all like-minded people, and we're all willing to push each other. We all just want to see each other win, and I think the more we're around each other, it just continues to come out. And so, even being competitive and seeing him run up a mountain, and then like, I'm not gonna be the last. I'm definitely going, but we Michael and I talked about. I think he and I are kin because we're just willing to keep pushing. For lack of a better way to say it, we're willing to keep pushing. And so even that day when the whole group we were with is a group of motivated individuals, but everybody was not motivated to go up that mountain.
Nope.
We did, you did, and so I think from my perspective, it was that moment of like, out of this group, these are the ones that are willing to push. These are the ones that are willing to keep going with this. So that was a cool moment. And then I've never been a person that's been good at still mindfulness, meditation, any of that. You've been one of the only people that I've ever encountered that can put me at a comfort to where I can actually do it and get into it. And so just to be up there with two people that mean the world to me, and to literally be feeling like we're standing on top of the world, we're looking out over beautiful California, and it's sunny and all that, is just like, it's just a special moment of just being thankful with overwhelming gratitude of where I'm at in life, where we're at in life, what we're sharing, and then to do that prayer like we did in that meditation.
That part.
That it just brought it all together. It was the perfect cherry on top, and it was a special moment because we went back down there and we submerged ourselves back into the entire weekend. But that was that moment. Nobody else knows what it was like to be up there at that time, at that moment. And it's giving me
I'm feeling it.
giving
I
me
always
bumps
get
right now.
I get goosebumps in my knees. It's so funny. My hair and my knees is where I feel my tingles. And the whole of it was just the three of us. There was a moment where I just felt super connected.
And the fact that you found out what you're supposed to do with your voice up there is that's the blessing. I'll go up that mountain 100 times if that's the case.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. So what is it with the like, because you get after it in the working out, you're very well rounded in those regards, but you definitely gravitate towards the mindfulness, and you're definitely meant for it. So along your crazy weight loss journey, and then getting back in shape, and then now translating that to help other people, what do you think's been your favorite part of the physical aspect of everything that you've been doing?
The physical part. I am so shocked at the hard shit I can actually do. Honestly, I could never imagine that I would be in a gym lifting weights.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not, I mean, like, I'm a fitness instructor. There's a different breed with group fitness instructors and training. There totally is.
Mm-hmm.
But doing the hard shit, I never thought I would be even lifting a dumbbell, right? The squatting, the things that my body can do today. I'm 50 years old, and I'm in my best shape, best health, mindset, all of it. And it's crazy that I can do it. It still blows my mind when I walk in, and I'm excited to be there. There was a day where I was not walking in a gym. I didn't feel comfortable. It wasn't going to happen because of my body, right? So, I mean, the things that I can do today blow my mind, but the confidence that I have behind it, is amazing to me. The way that I look at myself is so different.
I bet.
I mean, yeah, but just the physical, like, I shock myself when I do hard stuff. These challenges that me and him do, like the fact that I can hold myself, pick myself up. I'm still shocked every day. I'm grateful that my body hasn't failed me. It's only getting stronger.
Going into every single person, walks into the gym their first,
Mm.
everybody's been a newbie before. Anybody that goes to the gym has been that in that new phase, and we all walk through that uncomfortability. And for me, I realized instantly once I got in there for a couple of days, nobody gave a shit about what I was
Mhm.
doing. Nobody was watching me. What was your experience like? Because I know it can be very different for a woman, and it can also be very different. Somebody being very heavy when they start or anything like that. So, did you take a lot of judgment when you went in? What was your experience?
Hmm. No, I went in excited. I have to tell you, because me going in, I was already here,
Okay.
right? I was already here. When I was really large, I wasn't going in. I wasn't going in. So I probably had a different experience. I wasn't too fearful of what people were going to think or say or do, whatever. I kind of went in excited and wanting a new experience. It was still hard for me, though, to put the time just for me to go, right? I don't do things alone very well. So for me to like be able to get out of the parking lot and be like, okay, you're going to go in, you're going to be okay. I
Hmm.
was excited, but I had more of fear of the anxiety of the place, the not knowing what I'm doing. Um, there was just doing things by myself. That's a struggle for me. So being able to get in there and get through that has been the challenge. Not so much fear of judgment, more of so uncomfortable with doing something new alone. Um, I can tell you in my classes that I teach, though, the biggest compliment that I ever get is how everyone feels welcomed. There's no judgment. It's about unity and kindness, encouragement. And it's because I preach that shit,
Hmm.
and I'm not going to let any other environment happen. Because I have been my worst critic, my hardest judgment, the fears, the all that. And I know everyone else has them. I know I'm not alone in those things. And so I make sure that that is a safe place. So every class that I am in, it is a safe place. But the gym itself was just the fear of going in alone.
Right.
Like I struggle being alone.
Hmm.
So that's been part of my recharging is I go to the movies once a week by myself.
I remember you telling me that
It's
before.
so much fun. So
How's it been
much fun.
going?
I do it every week. I love it. I
Really?
love it. Yeah. Sometimes I'll invite a girlfriend and I'm like, "Ugh, taking my alone time." But no, I love it. I go and enjoy and I set up my little couch and I get my snacks and I cozy up with a blanket and slippers. And oh my God, it's so much fun.
That's what I got
Yeah.
in trouble recently because somebody was telling me they were going to a game, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. Who are you going with?" They're like, "I'm going by myself," and I'm like, "Man, that would be so cool just to be able to go and just do you." But my wife was sitting right next to me. She's like, "Why do you want to go by yourself?" I was just a thought.
It's such a beautiful thing to do things by yourself.
Yeah.
I encourage it. Try to, yeah, get alone. If you can be comfortable in your own skin alone,
That's when I got my running journey was, you know what I mean? I was definitely in community runs, but the races, the long runs, all that stuff was many, 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 many hours out on the trail by myself, figuring out what I could overcome, my limits and all that stuff. And so when I met my wife, she's not a runner, she's not a fitness person or anything like that. And, in my head, it's like, oh, that's what I'm going to be with and all that. But I don't mind that that's my thing.
right.
That's my thing I can go do to fill my cup. She has her ways of filling her cup, which, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's cool.
And important that
Yes.
you each have your own. I have to say, with my relationship with Michael, that is the one thing that I am so blessed with, is that he does his thing, I do my thing, and then we still do our things together,
Right.
but we are so individual in that stuff. And he respects that in me, I respect that in him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome that you guys can have that, and you built your relationship on that.
Yeah,
And that probably couldn't have been easy because you've already just said that you also don't like being by yourself
I
too.
don't. Yeah.
So how have you guys maintained such a healthy because statistically, two people recovery, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
are not gonna do well. So how have you guys navigated this so
Oh,
successfully being
yeah.
a couple in recovery?
I mean, we get some shit,
Take each other's inventory every night?
all the time. Tell them to call a sponsor. No, just kidding. You know what? For me, and I can speak for me, the healing that has happened has I did all the healing before
Mm,
him, right? So therapy and understanding what I needed in a healthy relationship. So I came in healthy. I came in getting rid of all the toxic shit. I was in a very toxic relationship before him. And then before that was my 16-year marriage. That was also just as abusive and toxic as it was beautiful and amazing, right? It had both sides. But I came out of a 5-year toxic relationship before him. And the last 2 years of that, I was doing therapy and healing and
Mm-hmm.
realizing, oh shit, it's toxic. You're right. So I did all the healing first. But it's funny because he had 9 months of sobriety when we met. Talk about getting the shit, man. I got so much 13th
How,
step.
how old were? How much time did you have?
I must have had 6. I mean, I have 7. Yeah, I have 7 right now.
Oh, look at you
Yeah, I
in
know. I
there.
know. And I remember.
I didn't know that. I didn't
I,
know that.
I remember asking my sponsor, like, I gotta know about this. Like, he has 9 months, and what? I just really I struggled with it. And she's like, you know what? You can't get anyone sober, and you can't get anyone drunk. And when you know, you know.
Right.
Check your motives. You know, who gives a shit what other people say?
Good sponsor.
Absolutely. She's like, I won't tell you. I won't tell you what to do. You got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I checked with her. I checked with my therapist. I really did. You know, we did a little session before we moved in together. So it's always been just about healthy communication, really being honest with each other, and being willing to work through the hard shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we've been through it already. We've
Mm-hmm.
been through it and we've got through it. And all it's done, I think, is just built a stronger foundation for us. But yeah, he stays out of my program. I stay out of his. The one thing that I said is, I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it, as long as you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line. I really don't care. If it starts to pour into me and it's ugly, I'm going to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like but I mean, he does his shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
So it's really beautiful, actually.
Keeps himself busy, doesn't he?
He does.
He does. So where do you see your? I know I hate getting this question, but I'm very interested to hear it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. You know, I put myself. I like that question. I put myself on a 5-year business plan.
Oh, did you?
Actually.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Glad I
So
asked
thank
this.
you. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I totally believes in goals and dreams and looking at this bigger thing, right? I keep my feet in the present and I'm always chasing that dream, right? So I stay in the here and now and I chase the goals and the dreams. You know, and it's funny because at the beginning of the year, I had this 5-year plan that I put myself on, and it was about growing my meditation and yoga, the breath work that I do, but it was to get into middle schools, get out with our youth. I really want to get into the middle schools. I want to get into either the teachers, the kids, because I know for me, at 11, 12, no one was telling me that my thoughts, my feelings were okay, right? I was being hushed, quieted, pushed aside. No one was telling me that what I was going through was just my nervous system out of whack, that I could pause, I could breathe, I could reset. I had a lot of my thinking, my behaviors before I picked up a drink or a drug. And so it's like I want to get to that youth to let them know that there is something else. Now, I could have learned to breathe and meditate and do my yoga and all this stuff and probably still been a drug addict and an alcoholic because that's my genetic makeup. Okay,
sure.
I get it. But I would have loved the resource.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved the resource and to know that I was okay, even though I was going through all that shit, right? So, 5 years, that's where I really hope to be is in the middle schools, some type of teaching, talking, inspiring. And I just started. Like I've just started with trying to figure out what it looks like. My son is amazing when it comes to the shit, my oldest kid. So I told you I had that one kid at 15. I had 2 more. I have 3 babies. Three babies. I have 3 grown adult children, and I am a grandma. And my oldest, he is so good at business and that plan. Like that's what he does. And so he's agreed to help me like build it and find it and develop it. But that ultimate big 5 years, I hope to be, I'm taking that back. In 5 years,
There we go.
I will be working with the youth, inspiring, teaching, encouraging.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope California is easier to get into the schools than Texas
not.
has been.
It's absolutely
'Cause
not.
It is not easy.
So I've done some volunteering already. It's not easy. But I have some people guiding me and telling me you might want to do youth programs YMCA. You start to build there. So
Yeah.
I will start where I need to and work my way. The cool thing is, I've been in school districts, and I taught preschool for 18 years. Um, and I know how hard it is to get people in, but I still have connections with school
Good.
districts. And so,
Check private schools.
yeah, there you go.
They're a lot quicker to bring us in than they have a lot less red tape red or
Absolutely.
yellow tape they got to get
Yep.
through. Those are the ones I've seen welcome me with open arms. They want me to come in, and then every time I try to do anything with a public school, it's just jumping through yellow tape and
It's
never
the same.
never comes to be.
No, no, no. It is the same. Also, churches are a good
Hmm.
because then they have their schools too.
Yeah, I have a good feeling that you're gonna be well on your way. And always anything I could do to help is for sure.
Well, and here's the thing. I have absolutely enjoyed the process of all these things that I'm going through, and it could change 10 million times, and I really would be okay with it. I see this bigger plan, I have this bigger purpose, and I'm willing to let it just kind of develop as it goes, too. I don't want to stay so stuck on the final product that I miss the journey or I don't allow it to take me to where it's really supposed to be. So I'm just kind of going with it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I kind of want to go back, and I don't mean to bring up bad stuff again, but just if we could touch on it more, just because from what I've noticed and seen so many women, especially, but men and women go through it, especially when getting sober is an unhealthy relationship with food or disordered eating
Mhm.
disorder, body dysmorphia, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when you're with your eating disorder, you said, or
Hmm.
disordered eating,
Hmm.
what was it? Are we talking binging and purging, or just
It has had different layers.
really?
It's had different layers too, also. So, binging and purging, I went through that. Um, and then I've also gone through the whole diet pills and the starving. I've been through different layers of it. Always trying to, I don't know, fill that hole, that
Mm-hmm.
pain um, from the inside, like taking that outside shit and really, I'm a really stuff my feelings kind of girl. But really, the body dysmorphia thing has been really hard for me, being so large and then losing weight. The way that I see myself is absolutely not factual.
Mm-hmm.
I have to continuously take a lot of pictures of myself so that I can see reality because I don't see what other people see. And to an extent, that is really um, jacked up. But the I still, so my compulsive thinking towards food is just like my alcoholism. I saw it just a few years ago. So I'm 7 years sober, and this was in a moment where I was spiritually struggling. Um, I had actually experienced a sexual assault in sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 3 years ago, um, where I was raped by a massage therapist. And that was in sobriety. And it flipped my world upside down again. I kept thinking, how am I here again? What did I do? What did I say? I constantly go to, if I wouldn't have done this, this wouldn't have happened. It's been a theme in my life that started at 10 years old. That little child that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I, at that moment, had a really I was walking through a lot. I was walking through investigations and interviews in the special crimes unit and, the gentleman, the asshole being arrested. And I really was struggling with my eating at that time. And I just wanted to really stuff it, stuff it, stuff it. So there was a wanting to a lot of binge. And then because I was, still in my thinness, I wanted to purge it and all. So I was going through it. But I saw it happen like my alcoholism, where I'm obsessed over
Mm-hmm.
shit. The thinking starts. The thinking starts, the obsession starts. I start walking through stores, like looking at the sweets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe just one. No, maybe this kind, that kind. So it's just like my controlled drinking. It
Yep.
goes and then it turns into this obsession. It turns very ritual. It's really an interesting thing to walk through. But what I learned was if I don't put it in my body, then I don't have the reaction and then I don't have cravings. And so for me, I manage my eating disorders like I do my alcoholism. I try to eat the best I can, not put the shit in, give myself some grace if I fuck up, right? It's just like alcoholism.
Yeah,
It's
it sounds
wild.
like it for sure.
Wild.
What do you say to any women out there that are currently struggling with that, or maybe they're struggling with it and don't even realize they're struggling with it?
Mm. Yeah, just you're not alone. You're not alone. Reach out for help, ask someone. There's so many programs, and like I don't participate in any of the 12-step programs for my eating
Let me
disorder.
ask you, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but do women know, or women or men that are currently in an eating disorder, do they understand that that's what's happening, or are they rationalizing it in their head?
I think I did not know until I did work on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it took a lot of uncovering for me. It took a lot of walking through it, discovering it. No, I did not know. I did not know. When I was 14, I had a doctor give me pills and tell me I was fat. Here, just take this. You'll be fine. Actually, I was younger. I was maybe 12. Um, so I feel like a lot of it was learned behavior. A lot of it just seems kind of normal. Um, but no, I don't think I knew until I knew. But it's one of those things, once you know, you can't unknow it.
Right.
There's something in my spirit told me this isn't right. It's not healthy. It's not the right thing to do. There's that God conscious part of me that I believe that's inside that's saying there's something better. Um, but yeah, no. I think when my spirit was like, this doesn't feel good, I want something different, it's almost
Mm,
like a bottom. When I was 350 pounds, I hit a bottom. I don't want to be like this anymore. There's got to be something better. I don't want to die. I
mm,
want to see my kids. Like it was this bottom, this gut wrenching bottom. I've had the same thing with each part of my life, each eating disorder. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? But I can't stop doing this. So each time it's been a surrender, it's been a bottom. Um, so I think that's it is just surrender. That's my advice. Surrender to something better, right? Ask for help. Go to safe people.
yeah.
Safe people's where it's at. People will tell you some horrible shit,
Hmm.
right? So yeah, go to safe people.
Yeah, I don't. It's something I know. It goes on just from doing the show. As long as I've been doing it, interviewing as many people as I have, working within the recovery community and understanding, training people. But although I've seen it a lot, it's not something I hear get talked about a lot.
No,
And then obviously everybody knows social media, TV only further reinforces the standards of what people need to look at. And
that is
I'm all
just.
just for people being healthy. Nobody has to be single percentage body fat and like all this
Mm-mm.
craziness. But for such a profound problem, especially amongst young people, and now with the pressures of social media and stuff like that, the fact that we're even having an open conversation about it, I think, is very needed.
And that's the part of getting in with. Okay, so that's where it comes back to. When I was I wasn't even sober. It was like in 2018. I was working with a group of young girls. They were softball players.
Hmm.
And it was like an outside elite team, and they were training for travel softball. And so I was working with these 11 to 18-year-old girls, and I was watching them and listening to them pull their skin and say how fat they are. And they were talking about their bodies and the way that they looked and felt, and they were comparing to each other. And then they were talking about social media and the things that they were seeing and the fashion. And I remember thinking back to when I was younger and the same thing, thinking I was supposed to look a certain way, be a certain way. And if you weren't, it wasn't okay.
Mm,
You know, I don't mean to knock my sister. I love my sister. She's my best friend, but she's thin, she's tall, she's athletic. We are opposites,
mm,
right? We had different body structures growing up, and I thought she was how I was supposed to be because she looked like those girls in the magazines and
right.
all that. And I wanted to be that, and I couldn't. And as I got older, I kept trying to, be something. I don't know what it was, but something. And those young girls made me see this bigger purpose of we need to change that shit.
Hmm.
Love ourselves. Because what happened is at 14, the way that I was feeling, all the things that they were saying is how I felt. And then at 350 pounds, I would have given anything to be what I used to be when I felt so horrible,
Right.
right? Like to get back to that, there was nothing wrong with me. It was what I was comparing myself to. When I looked at pictures, I'm telling you, if I look at pictures when I felt my worst as that young girl, there was nothing wrong with me. I just needed someone to tell me that You are okay. You are healthy. You are strong. You are beautiful. You're exactly the way you are supposed to be. No one ever told me that. No shame to those around me, but no one ever told me that. I was always being told to be different, right? It's like embracing who you are and where you're at. And so, when I heard those young girls talking about all this, I was like, oh, this is a fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
There is just something wrong with this. They were all unique. They were all beautiful. They were all healthy. They were all playing this sport and all killing it and wanted to be something different. Ugh, made me sick.
We always do.
Ugh.
We always want what we can't. We always want what we can't have.
Yeah.
So now with you having that history kind of with eating and the disorders and all that stuff, how are you now able to step into exercise and fuel your body properly? Like, how have you been able to adapt that relationship with food to now help you rather than hurt you?
I totally understand it's fuel today, right? There is no shame in eating.
Mm-hmm.
It fuels my body. I feel better. The truth is, I feel better when I eat. And that took me a long time because I was so much about starving or the effect that I was getting from it. I've changed my relationship with my food. I've absolutely changed the relationship with it. Part of my mindful eating is the pause and the breath before I take a bite. So for me, I've changed the relationship and I pause and I breathe and I ask myself, how am I feeling? What is behind this? So for me, it's just mindfulness and changing the relationship with the food. So I don't feel as guilty when I'm eating. I don't struggle as much. I know today that I get to do what I do because I eat, because I'm putting that fuel in my body. But it's changed the relationship with the food. It is no longer to fill a hole. It's no longer to stuff a feeling. It's no longer like I'm an angry eater. So if I'm angry, I will eat. I've went from so I'm learning to manage the anger. Helps me manage the food. It's just all full. It's all full mind, body, spirit for me. I got to keep it all. But I've changed the relationship with the way that I look at food. That's what it comes down to.
Hell yeah. Good shit. Thank God you did.
Yeah.
All right. It's my favorite question to ask. I'm asked at every podcast. Tonight you're walking out for the Women's UFC Championship of the World. What is your walkout song?
I love this question that you do because I watched all your podcasts.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, what is it going to be? Right? I was like, oh, it's got to be a good one. So right now, mine is This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
All right.
Right? This is me. The movie.
The Magician movie?
Yeah, the movie, yeah. This is me. The whole circus, right? And that's just because this is me. This is me. I've been at the bottom. I've been shunned. I've been made fun of. I've been like, I've never had a place, a home, and all that. And today, fuck that. This is me. Take it or leave it. And so, yeah, that song just really has just been lately for me. That's my This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely making that the theme for your your episode when I post any of the things. Yeah. That's very fitting, very perfect. Yeah. What a woman out there listening, they've heard your sobriety story and your struggle with that. They've heard your struggle with relationships and abuse, trauma, mental health, eating, all that stuff. They're out there suffering right now. What's your number one piece of advice you got for them?
Closed mouths don't get fed. And if you're hurting, you got to tell someone because nobody knows unless you let them know. Mm-hmm. I've sat in my room plenty of times and felt so dark and desperate and hopeless and didn't tell anyone. Nobody knows. But there's so many people who are willing to help. You just got to ask, right? Just reach out a hand. The right hand will grab it, right? And it's like being, again, trusted people. I think it's really important. Resources, right? I'll tell you right now, my mantra is to be available and approachable and not to hurt myself and others. So, look for the people who are available, but approachable. Trust your gut, right? Stick with professionals. I know there's a lot of good people, but start with professionals, right? So trusted people, but really closed mouths don't get fed. Ask for help.
Love it. Could not agree more.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things to do in the world, but one of the most not gratitude filled, gratifying.
Yeah.
When you do it.
Yeah.
No, it's not easy.
It's
Good stuff.
absolutely not easy. It's not easy. It's the hardest and most, the best thing I ever did. I've had tons of surrenders in my life. And each time the surrender's been hit a bottom, seek help.
Mm-hmm.
Seek God, seek help. Ask for help. That's just how it's always been.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit. Well, if anybody wants to get tapped into you or what you do, if they want some of the most amazing mindfulness and meditation content in the world, where can they find you?
So right now I am on Instagram at Breezy Wend. So BreezyWend, Breezy Wend. I'm on TikTok. I have no idea what that is. TikTok is weird for me. And then Facebook is my name, Wendy Grijalva.
Grijalva.
So Grijalva. And then message me. Like, I'm really starting to look into giving, the personal, private, online. So hit me up for private stuff like that. I love designing meditations for people. So we talk, we chat, you tell me what you need, what you want, and I can definitely walk you through it for sure.
You need an app or something because you have one of the most... There's a video that we're going to end up putting out that I don't think has ever seen the light of day, but when we did go up on that mountain and we did do that mindfulness and meditation, you did such a good meditation that there's a video out there of a whole big group of people sitting on top of a mountain for meditation, and then one person in that group was so relaxed they decided to snore over the whole video.
And then said they were not snoring.
I was not snoring until I saw the video.
I love that is one of the most rewarding parts of my meditation is when someone is snoring and at the end of this meditation, they can tell me every single thing that I said. They were connected. They were there. They were fully present. Even though their body was having a different reaction, they never lost the connection of my voice. And
no, when you said it was done, I came out, I was ready to go, and everybody's looking at me all crazy, and I'm wondering why, and here I was snoring the whole time.
That's right. But you heard my voice the whole time.
I did.
Yeah, once you tune in and get connected,
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love you.
I love you.
I'm proud and honored to call you friend. I'm proud and honored to call you family. If there's anything that you ever need or anything I could do, you say the word, it is done. I'm honored you came in this weekend, that you were part of the movie, that we got to do a podcast.
So much fun.
I love you guys so much, and I'm always here for y'all. Anything else you want to leave the people with?
Keep growing and evolving. Just look within. Everything that you're looking for in the outside is literally within. We have it all within us. Everything you're looking for is within.
No doubt.
Find it.
Breezy Wend on IG. Go, man.